The boat was never meant to go this far. It was a narrow fishing boat, chipped white paint, a single aging engine that coughed before it obeyed. He had used it dozens of times before, always close to shore, always within sight of land. That morning felt no different. The sea was calm. The sky was open and pale blue, like it had nothing to hide. He checked the fuel. Enough for a few hours. Checked the radio. Working. Checked the horizon. Empty. 3 hours, he told himself. Just 3 hours. When the engine stopped, it did not announce itself. No bang. No smoke. No warning. 1 second it hummed beneath his feet. The next there was only silence. He turned the key again. And again. And again. The engine answered with nothing. Not even a cough. The boat kept moving, not because it wanted to, but because the sea decided so. At first panic did not come. Denial came first. He laughed once, nervously, and told himself it was nothing. Engines stalled. Things broke. Someone would notice. Someone always did. Then he looked around. There was no land. The current had carried him farther than he realized. The shoreline was gone, swallowed by distance and haze. He climbed onto the edge of the boat and searched the horizon from every angle, heart beating faster with each empty direction. By sunset, the fear arrived. Night at sea is different from night on land. There are no lights, no landmarks, no comforting sounds. Only water. Dark, endless, alive. The waves slapped the hull slowly, rhythmically like time itself counting down. He wrapped his jacket tight and sat with his back against the console, listening to the ocean breathe. He tried the radio one last time. A burst of static. Then silence. Day 2. The sun rose without apology. Its heat pressed down on him, heavy and relentless. His mouth felt dry before noon. He reached for the water bottle and drank deeply, too deeply. When he realized how much he had consumed, regret hit harder than thirst. He forced himself to stop. Hunger was easy at first. Thirst was not. Thirst spoke constantly, quietly, reminding him with every breath that the human body was not built for patience. He tore a strip from his shirt and tied it to a pole, hoping it would catch attention. The sea did not care. Time slowed. Minutes stretched into something unrecognizable. He counted waves, counted clouds, counted mistakes. By evening, his skin burned red, and his hands shook slightly. He whispered aloud. Not prayers, not words of hope, just sounds. Proof he still existed. That night, the cold came. Day 3. The storm arrived without drama. The sky darkened. The wind picked up. Rain began to fall. Not violently, but steadily, endlessly. Waves pushed the boat sideways, spinning it slowly like a toy. He clung to the railing, fingers numb. Rain soaking him through. Water filled the bottom of the boat, sloshing around his feet. He bailed with a plastic container until his arms screamed. At some point he began to beg. Not God, not fate, the sea itself. When the storm finally passed, it left behind a cruel calm. The water flattened. The sky cleared. It looked peaceful, almost kind. He had never hated calm more. Day 4. Confusion crept in quietly. He forgot what time it was, forgot what day it was. At one point, he laughed at nothing. At another, he stared at his hands, convinced they did not belong to him. He began talking constantly. I'm still here. Just keep going. Don't sleep too long. He caught rainwater using his shirt, squeezing drops into his mouth. One by one, tasted like survival. He treated each sip with respect, like something sacred. That night he dreamed with his eyes open. Faces appeared in the dark water. Voices drifted in with the waves. He did not know if they were memories or hallucinations. He stopped trying to tell the difference. Day 5. Hope returned in fragments. A bird flew overhead, too low, too purposeful. Clouds formed shapes that looked like land if he tilted his head just right. At one point, he was sure he heard an engine. It was only wind, The realization crushed him harder than hunger ever could. He thought about letting go, about what it would feel like to stop fighting. The idea felt peaceful, and that terrified him. He slapped his own face. "Not yet," he said aloud. Hope, he learned, was dangerous. Too much could kill you faster than none at all. So he rationed it carefully. Day 6. The 6th night was endless. Stars filled the sky, sharp and cold. Watching him, he wondered how many people had looked up at the same stars, while dying unseen. His body felt distant, heavy. His thoughts slowed, like moving through thick water. He curled into himself and counted breaths to stay awake. In that darkness, he understood something clearly. Survival was no longer about rescue. It was about choice, choosing not to quit, choosing not to slip away quietly. Day 7. Morning arrived softly. The sea was still. The air was cool. For a moment, everything felt unreal. Too calm, too gentle, like the world was apologizing. He barely noticed the shadow at first. Then it grew. A massive shape cut across the water. Steel. Movement. Purpose. A ship. Not turning. Not slowing. He searched the boat desperately, hands shaking, heart hammering. There was only one flare left. Just one. If it failed, there would be no second chance. His thumb hovered. Then he fired it. The flare struggled, burning weakly against the bright sky. Seconds passed. Long, cruel seconds. The ship slowed. Just a little. Enough. Hours later, wrapped in blankets, salt drying on his skin, he stared at the horizon from the deck of another vessel. He felt hollow, light, alive. He did not feel victorious. He felt grateful, because survival, he realized, is not about strength or bravery. Sometimes it is simply about staying. One breath, one choice, one moment longer than despair.